So going back to the topic, who do you think the 49ers will draft at 61? I don't want to put you on the spot, but what's on your
No,
mind?
it's all good. I think I'm gonna go out on a limb and I'm going to say that the 49ers are going to trade up to pick number 33. And I think the Detroit Lions have that pick. I think we trade up and I think we either get a top notch edge rusher with the 33 overall pick or we get wide receiver Christian Watson. I think those are the two options. The edge rusher I'm thinking about is a Boye Mafe out of Minnesota. I think we need a young, athletic edge rusher opposite of Nick Bosa. And I know we have Kerry Hyder, we have Samsung, we have like established veteran depth, but I think we could use another young guy who's under team control for at least another 3 to 4 years. And Chris Kusarik, he's one of the best. I know he is the best defensive line coach in the NFL, and he creates. He's able to he's able to mold guys into what he wants and also make them have the best year of football played. You look at statistically, Kerry Hyder Jr. in 2020, he led the Niners in sacks with 8.5. Next year, he goes to Seattle. I don't think he had a sack in the season. I don't think.
He had one
And
sack, and they were paying
yeah,
him like 16 million. Like,
exactly.
kind of,
So
yeah.
he comes back with the Niners, familiar territory, familiar voice in Kaseric. I like that. You look at Arden Key. He did not work out with the Las Vegas Raiders. He comes to the 49ers. He has basically the best year of his NFL career with 6.5 sacks, and then he leaves to go to Jacksonville. So it would be great to have a young athletic edge rusher opposite of Nick Bosa. And of course, Christian Watson, receiver, played at NDSU with Trey Lance. It would be great to pair him up with Trey Lance, and then you have Watson, Ayuk, Debo. I think that would be a great pairing, and of course, George Kittle. If we stand pat, if we don't trade up, if we stand pat at number 61, hopefully we get an interior offensive lineman, preferably a center or a guard who can play center. I would love to see Trey Lance have a center for the next 10 years. I know Alex Mack, he hasn't said he's coming back, but John Lynch said that all indications are pointing to Alex Mack coming back for possibly one more year. If that happens, we draft a guard and center, learn under Alex Mack, possibly compete for a guard spot on the team this year. The following year, Alex Mack retires, and that center slash guard will step in. I like Tyler Linderbaum out of Iowa. I think he would be a great addition to this team. And I want to see Trey Lance have his center like Jeff Saturday had Peyton Manning. That's going a little ways back, but they were together for at least a decade. And a center just it balances out the whole offensive line. The center is basically, you could argue the center is the smartest guy on the offensive line. He calls out, defensive line shifts. He calls out audibles if necessary. And he helps the quarterback. He's basically the quarterback of the offensive line, the center is. So I would love to see Trey Lance get a young center and they can play together for the next decade and have years of success. But I won't be surprised, though, if the 49ers trade out of that number 61 pick to go up higher in the draft.
Yeah, completely agree. I like the points you made. And my mind's clicking when you said Trey Lance needs a young center to succeed because I've been saying trade up, get Jalen Petrie. I love Jalen Petrie. You know, he's 198. I think he's 6'1", but like now when you're trying to say, Trey Lance needs a young center, I think we draft a guy like Cole Strange. I know it's Rob Shoe's draft crush. I don't really know if you've heard of him. I'm blanking the college he went to, but I think he can be drafted at 61, man. I think he can fall. Not saying he's a bad player, or he can, we could trade up for him because he's a really good center. I've heard. I need to really watch more film on him. I've just heard of him. But I think offensive line is a huge need, man. I think safety is our second biggest need because we don't know if Jaquiski Tartt's going to be on the Niners next season. He might ask for the money. He still could. There's still time left, but I feel like Jalen Petrie, this guy could be a safety blanket. This guy could step in. He played slot corner uh with the Baylor Bears, and he's really versatile too. And you don't even see him play safety that much. He drops down. He can put his nose in there. He's like the K1 Williams. He can play the slot. I've been saying Dante Johnson can start in the slot, but this guy can come down. He could sneak up on the line of scrimmage. He could put his nose in there. He could dive in and make those game-changing tackles, on third downs and make it 3-and-outs and stuff like that. He can make crucial tackles like K1 Williams did. He's a sneaky guy. He's a shifty guy. He's a small guy. You don't really see him jump off the tape, but he's always creeping up on the line of scrimmage like K1 did. So I'm not really going to get into too depth since we have a topic for that after this, but I've been changing my mind, man. I think it's gonna be Cole Strange that's gonna be drafted at 61. I think we can trade up. We can be really flexible. We can trade up. We can trade down. We do have the assets to do that. So
Yeah.
Cole Strange, I really like him. I think we draft him because O line is a really big need, and like you said, the center is the quarterback of the offensive line. He has the green dot. He makes the defensive line calls if they shift.